This Memorial Day, shop one of Avocado's biggest mattress sales of the year and fall in love with sleep again. At Avocado, better sleep starts with better materials. Our certified organic mattresses are crafted without compromise, using high-quality organic materials that bring comfort and support into perfect balance. No polyurethane foams, no shortcuts, just a cleaner, more natural sleep experience that your body will appreciate night after night. So you fall asleep more easily, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling refreshed and ready for the day ahead. That's sleep with purpose. This Memorial Day, discover what it means to truly sleep well. Upgrade and save up to 20% on our award-winning mattresses. Shop the Memorial Day sale now and get up to 20% off at avocadomattress.com or select retailers nationwide. Visit avocadomattress.com. That's avocadomattress.com.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
It's good to have you on board. Thanks for watching, as always, on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country. This is and has been one of our favorite shows of the entire year now, several years running. The annual tradition, unlike any other. Derek Stevens, owner, CEO of this great property, and Mike Palm, the VP of Circa Las Vegas, join us in studio to tell us all we need to know about the 2026 Circa Football Contest. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Well, Mitch, hello, Paul. How are
Mike.
you?
How you doing?
Hi, fellas. How you doing?
Hey, D.
We're very excited about this.
Did you guys have fun leading up to this?
We did.
You did, okay.
We did. I did.
What was the fun part? Filming the commercial?
Did we show the commercial yet?
We have, not today.
Oh, okay.
Nowhere in the world has seen the commercial.
I thought the commercial was pretty good.
It's a really good commercial. Here you go. For those who have not watched it or listened to it yet, here was the commercial, the edition this year for Circa Football Contest.
The biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime.
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
$30 million guaranteed. Now, there's the breaking news. 20 in regular Circa Survivor. You're going to put a guarantee in Grandissimo.
We are. Last year was tough. This was a tough one to figure out. We had a little discussion about that. Last year we guaranteed $1.5 million and blew away all of our expectations with $6.9 million. But how do you come back with that? Like, we weren't really sure. Like, did people try it and say, it's too much and we're out? Or is it going to keep growing? So we didn't really know where to go. So we used that as like our fill-in number. We did $20 million for Circa Survivor, $6 million for Circa Millions. We'll get there one of these years. And then Circa Grandissimo, we filled it out to make it 30 because we thought that was a pretty good marketing number.
What did you say? What were you thinking of?
Well, I want to give the backstory here because last year, when we had the meeting before the 2025 season, I said, do we still need to have guarantees? And somebody in the room said, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. I won't say who. This year, someone else said, are you sure we need guarantees? Derek says, that's a great point. That's we really need to think about that. But then when we decided, we need the guarantees to keep growing, I was very amenable. I mean, I thought 20 was the obvious number. With Survivor, maybe if you wanted to get to 35, you could have went 22-6 and 22-6 and 7 if you wanted to get to the 35 number. But I'm perfectly happy with the way this turned out.
Okay, but as you said last week, though, you think sky's the limit for Grandissimo. You're expecting big
I'm
things.
very surprised if Grandissimo doesn't double.
Yeah,
because
really?
With things.
Well, thanks for telling us now. We're live on the air.
Would you stop? When things take off, when they're a good idea, typically they have their biggest growth either between year 1 and 2 or year 2 and 3 as a percentage of the base. So I really would, because I don't think everybody really knew about it last year, and I think people might have been reticent. How about it? You know, when we got to 11 entries by August 1st, I think people started to say, yeah. But how about the people that were out here before that, right? In the earlier part of the summer, there's nobody signing up. I mean, what is this contest? 100,000. I have to put it up myself. As you see, people made groups, right? You didn't have to all put up 100,000 yourself to get an entry. So I think there's a lot more brand awareness with Grandissimo this year, and I think, I think there's an outside shot that the prize pool in Grandissimo is bigger than Survivor.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you get to
maybe it's 4-1 or 5-1 on that price, but I think it will be over 15 million. If it gets over, if the momentum starts early, who knows?
I would not be stunned if you get like 200 people in that this year.
Are you kidding?
No, I would not. I'm not going to fall off the couch.
20. If it's something like that happens, talk about what our October is going to be like. It's going to be a ton of fun. The strategy is going to be unbelievable.
Well, hit them with the idea. What you mentioned last year.
I mean,
you got to come out swinging now.
Once you put a bug in a guy in like Dana White's ear, he loves to gamble. He loves playing in these contests. He gets involved. He tells his rich buddies. They tell their rich friends. This thing is going to spread like wildfire. And like the poker community again, once they get involved, you already mentioned the social media influencers. I mean, that's like the sky's the limit for the regular Survivor contest. We're seeing that already. So would you be stunned if you really got to like 200 people? I would not be.
I would love it. I mean, if we could beat last year was unbelievable. If we could beat last year, I'd be pretty happy with that. Obviously, we'd like it to grow, but I'd be pretty happy with that.
Get more of his kind of people around. He'll be very happy.
Yes. Was there any thought about adding another contest this year?
We had a lot of discussion on a few different things. We talked about with Circa Survivor, with Circa Grandissimo, are there any rule tweaks, rule changes? I think you guys know I'm a pretty firm believer NFL is going an 18-game schedule. So because of that, I would rather not tinker with something that I think worked out pretty well right now. I think the NFL could be in the 27th season, but certainly by the 28th season is going to have an 18-game schedule, and I think there's a pretty good chance there's going to be 2 bye weeks. So we saw today the first step of what the NFL owners want to do. They're going to go to an 11-game international schedule, so the 10 plus the 1 from Jacksonville, which doesn't count as international for some reason. So they're going to have 11. So then in the next contract, they're going to get up to 16. But this is also when they're going to add the additional game, and then because of the 16th international game, you're going to have to change the bye week rules. So I think we're going to get to from a Survivor perspective, we're going to have a period of time. We're going to look back at 20-0. Those were the good old days. I think we're going to have to go 22-0 at some point, a couple years from now. But I didn't want to mess around with it too much, and we all talked about it. We all talked about maybe making a move now, and we all decided no, let's hang on with what we got, and let the NFL make this next move, because we're pretty sure it's going to happen.
You can answer this from a contest standpoint or as a businessman from the handle. Do you say more the merrier with standalone games, as long as it doesn't take away from the Sunday schedule? Or how do you feel? You love Wednesday games, Thursday, Friday?
Well, that's like saying, other than that, how did you enjoy the play, Mrs. Lincoln? That's the gaffe, right? Are you taking away from Sundays? I mean, they own a day for 5 months of the year, and I don't want them to take that for granted. But from a business perspective, having standalone games increases the right 2 to 2.5 to 3x on these games, right?
I mean, I love the standalone games. I love this Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. I love the Black Friday. I love all of it, because I think the NFL's product is so good. And I think the proliferation of fantasy football, there are players on every team that sports fans want to watch, want to see, and all that. The only thing I'm a little reluctant about on these standalone games is the diversification of the content provider, because I still think there's too many people that come Thursday don't know how to find the game on TV. Come Friday, and now with the high price streamers, you're going to have to know: are you Paramount Plus? Are you on Apple? Are you on Amazon? What are you doing? So I think there's a lot of people that just aren't going to be able to find the game, and I think that's a little bit of a problem. But maybe NFL is just so big, it's okay. I mean, baseball's a little different. If you happen to have your team on a Friday night game on a streaming site, odds are you're not watching the game because you're not thinking about it. Maybe NFL's bigger than that, and they can blow right through it.
So what are you guys going to do then this year for Thanksgiving week and also Christmas week? The special rules here. Anything new that we need to know about?
Well, we had the new schedule, so we talked about this for quite a while. It's pretty strong consensus. We're gonna go with a five game Thanksgiving week. The consensus is he didn't want to do it.
It's a one-vote company. So much as all the speeches he gives about it, he leads by consensus. I mean, at the end of the day, there's one. It was all about the Friday game, Paul.
Okay, Denver-Pittsburgh?
Denver-Pittsburgh.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you put it with 12A and make it a 5-game holiday week, or do you move it? 12B is no joke. I mean, it's a pretty tough schedule. Or do you leave it with 12B and then make, because you have the Christmas Eve game, that's a obvious 4-game week. Then they would both be 4-game weeks. But there was one person that felt very strongly that the Black Friday game should go along with the other Thanksgiving games.
I think 12B then becomes what you got to. This whole thing about what happened on Thanksgiving now, these are premier games. You've got some premier games. I think what's happening now on the Sunday of Thanksgiving, you got to think about who you're going to save. I think all of a sudden the Bengals stand right up, right before you. They're the only big favorite on 12B. They're a 6.5-point favorite. There's not a lot else left after Thanksgiving, after the 3-day Thanksgiving. So you got to figure out who's going to be your team on 12B. So I'm circling the Bengals right now. Early, they're a 6.5-point favorite on Sunday.
Yeah, think about this.
Yeah.
So if that's going to be a 5-game week on 12A, it's the Packers at the Rams, the Bears at the Lions. You're going to get the Eagles at the Cowboys, the Chiefs at the Bills, and then Broncos, Steelers. Like, here's the deal with the holiday weeks at Circa. Goodell does not screw around with the standalone games or the holiday schedule. All these games are going to be like a pick 'em.
Well, that's what we said last year. And the Eagles were a 7-point favorite over the Bears, and the Ravens were, a 9-point favorite? And by the way, they both lost. So if you played the contest correctly, you were out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If you had saved those two big favorites, and you got knocked out.
More with Mike and Derek coming up. Circa's 2026 football contest officially open this week. And if you want to play but won't be in Vegas every week, Winner's Circle Proxy can help. After your required in-person registration, Winner's Circle Proxy handles your weekly submissions so you can make your picks anywhere in the country. Winner's Circle Proxy, VSiN's preferred proxy service. One trip, play all season long from anywhere. Schedule your appointment now, winnerscircleproxy.com.
Up next, we'll ask Derek and Mike if they've done anything for the 2026 football contest, like Survivor, about entries teaming up to get 80, 100, maybe a little bit more together all at once. That's coming up here on VSiN.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This Memorial Day, shop one of Avocado's biggest mattress sales of the year and fall in love with sleep again. At Avocado, better sleep starts with better materials. Our certified organic mattresses are crafted without compromise, using high-quality organic materials that bring comfort and support into perfect balance. No polyurethane foams, no shortcuts, just a cleaner, more natural sleep experience that your body will appreciate night after night, so you fall asleep more easily, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling refreshed and ready for the day ahead. That's sleep with purpose. This Memorial Day, discover what it means to truly sleep well. Upgrade and save up to 20% on our award-winning mattresses. Shop the Memorial Day sale now and get up to 20% off at avocadomattress.com or select retailers nationwide. Visit avocadomattress.com. That's avocadomattress.com.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Very exciting news here. $20 million the guarantee for Circa Survivor this year, 6 for Circa Million, and 4 for Grandissimo as we continue with Derek Stevens and Mike Palm from Circa Las Vegas. I get this question all the time. I don't know how to answer it, so I will ask the two of you. Can you do anything about people who tag team and as a result then wind up with 60 or 80 or 100 or maybe even more entries into the Survivor contest?
Well, obviously, that's not something that we love. You know, we love it. The people come out here in July and August, sign up, and run through it. But at the same point, you know, we come on these shows and we talk a lot about this where we want people that participate, we want them to monetize. Of course, we want them to maybe hedge and bet with us or in one of the states that we're in. So that's one option. But also, we understand that you're going to have people that are going to want to talk to their buddy, talk to their neighbor, sell 10%. And we think that's a pretty natural evolution, particularly when you get up to Thanksgiving and you're seeing the size of the pot at the end of the rainbow. You know, we want people to be able to monetize and say they made money playing in one of our contests. So one of the things we are doing, though, because it got a little bit too difficult last year, it got over the top. I think you may have heard Jeff Benson talk about IRS Form 5754, and we are going to limit the payouts to a total of 10 per entry. So last year, it just became crazy because you have to have all the contestants. They all have to show up. They all have to sign in. And when you have 20, 25 different people getting a payout, it becomes difficult from a management perspective, operating it. So on each of our contests, whether it's Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Circa Grandissimo, we'll have a maximum of 10 individuals that could go on Rule 5754. We thought that was the appropriate number because we want people to be able to monetize. We do want that to happen, but we also didn't really think it's optimal to have someone come in and then, you know, on week 15 they're buying into, you know, 5% here, 2% here, 8% here, all over the place. It's not really the spirit of what we can do. And there's only so much that we can really monitor. And we're not trying to push something underground. We're just being upfront. 10 people can cash. So that's kind of what we're doing on a ticket basis.
The debate was between whether that number would be 5 or 10, right? But if you had 10 guys put in $10,000 each and buy a Grandissimo, you don't want to cut that option off for them, right? To be able to appropriately tax it and get paid out. So we settled on 10.
Did you have that last year? Were 10?
No, we didn't. And to Derek's point, there were some that had more than 20 people.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I meant to the Grandissimo.
Sharing.
Did you have an entry where it was like 10 people chipped in for
Not
10,000
all at the start, right?
Okay,
not all at the
yeah.
start. Eventually, buying in throughout the course of the year, yes.
That's where it spread like just like broken glass almost. Okay.
And that's what we're thinking. I mean, we think that our numbers are going to go up this year. We're certainly hopeful. And if it does, there's going to be a greater incentive to do it. So that's why we wanted to lay this rule set out. Everything can be found on circasports.com, but just lay out the rule set because we thought that would be a fair and appropriate way of moving forward.
Is everything straightforward with millions, with the quarterlies and the boobies?
That's all. But the big change here, the big change is the number of entries. So we've gone to 10 on the millions as well.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So we buried the headline successfully here. But, I mean, maybe it doesn't affect all the people, but yeah, you can get up to 10 entries as well now. So for both Survivor and Millions, but everything's the same in terms of the structure, Paul, with the quarterly payouts, the booby 100, the half a booby 50, and that everything remains the same.
So think about this. We wanted to make sure. Obviously, we don't want to get beat. We had an overlay last year. What do we have? 315,000. So we want to get to the 6 million. One of these years, we're going to get there. But think about this. CoinHop last year won with a record of 60, 29, and 1. Bison Sports Cards was also 60, 29, and 1, but lost the tiebreaker because CoinHop actually had 15 winning weeks, where Bison only had 14. So CoinHop wins 60, 29, and 1. But here's the real sad story. I guess it's a good story. On the booby prize side, Son of David wins the 100,000. That's the good news.
Yeah.
But the Son of David was 28 and 62. If he would have had the Oppo, he would have won the million in the blue jacket by a point and a half. So
God,
I think part of the reason why we wanted to increase the number of entries in Circa Million was because we think there's a greater chance we'll get to the 6 million and the house doesn't get beat. That's fair to say. That was in our thought process. But also because I've been amazed at how many times the booby prize has a better record than the winning side.
Well, they start out 0-5. I mean, not everybody that wins it starts out 5-0.
Right.
Yeah.
They get a little bit of a head start.
Yeah. Is there anything you can do? Is there anything you can do with the no pick week 1?
The no pick week 1?
With Survive, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, think about no pick week 1.
It's out of control.
I would tell you no pick week 1 for whether it's for millions or whether it's for Survivor. Yeah, Survivor, you're knocked out. No, we didn't have any in Grandissimo. But the no pick week 1, that's what I would tell you. This is our bonus to America of positive EV.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody thinks it's going to happen to them. I mean, how many times can we go on the show saying, hey, public service announcement, make sure your password works, make sure you know how to do it. If you don't have a proxy, you ought to have a proxy. If you live across the street, you still should have a proxy.
I agree.
What happens if you break your ankle across the, I mean, you ought to have a proxy.
Yes.
And yet we're gonna have what, 20, 30 no picks on week 1?
Oh,
Every year more, because you're going to have more than 20,000 entries.
So it's your positive EV right there. It's built into the system.
How many calls does Benson get? Emails. What can you do for me?
He gets a lot of them. Phone calls, texts, emails, direct messages, tweet at, right? He gets a lot of them. There was a person last year, remember, that had 10 entries and didn't put any in. There was 0 for 10 on week 1. A local person, remember?
Yeah.
A local person. And then they didn't know. They claimed they didn't know. They didn't know they had to have
Recall that.
Yeah. So the later in the year it gets, the worse it is for Jeff, because
he must be
when
the
it gets after week 10 and it happens, he gets called everything but a white man when he can't do anything for people.
I was going to say he must need like security at some point throughout the season, because people, if anybody,
how is it his fault?
But people don't realize that.
He's the face of the contest, right? He represents it.
He's got to take the brunt of the punishment.
He's administering it, right? The guys in the wrist room really have nothing to do with it. They just put the lines up on Thursday. They don't even care. They pay no attention to it. They just put the lines up. They're done with it. He's got to deal with all the folks that have issues.
You know, there's one way. If this was like the book Freakonomics, there's one way where people would actually never forget to put a pick in, and that would be if they got fined for that. But to your point, that would take away the positive EV that you create as a result. So if you go from like weeks 1 through 8, what's the total of no picks that are going to be for the first 2 months? That number's probably a couple of hundred.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you think about that, the positive EV in that element. Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's amazing.
You must be quite confident that you're going to get 20,000 people in Survivor.
Well, you never know. What happens if Circa Grandissimo takes off and everybody wants to play in a contest with less entries, and maybe that cannibalizes Circa Survivor? I don't know. That could happen. I don't want to get beat on. We don't want to get beat on that one either. But I guess it could happen.
Well, there's a couple of headwinds, really. I mean, if you haven't noticed, gas and jet fuel prices have gone up a little bit in the last 5 to 6 weeks. So there's some tough things. I think the transformation of the Westgate to Caesars property probably helps the millions. That's a tailwind for that, right? I think if we don't get over the 6,000 this year, do it 4 times. Shame on me, I guess.
You also said something interesting during the break, tying into standalone games. And I'm with Derek, too. It's hard to watch 8 at the same time. But cut out this 9 and 3 business with 9 early and 3 late. And to Mitch's point, there are, how many weeks?
7 with
7
3
weeks
games
where there's only 3 late games.
The people that make the schedules live in New York, and they don't mind it because it's 1 p.m. The games are at 1. It's not. It's and they don't want a bunch of games in that 4:30 window, right? It's late for them.
By the way, you mentioned the Westgate transitioning into Caesars by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
And they've started a college contest last year. Mm-hmm. Who the hell knows what's going to happen with that thing? Would you guys ever consider that idea starting maybe next year?
Consider.
It's
always considered. All options are on the table.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well done. Upon signing up into either of the football contests, Circa Sports will offer the following: 1 to 9 total entries in either contest, 50% discounted room rate at Circa for 2 nights. 10 plus total entries combined in either contest, free 2-night stay at Circa in a standard room. The full house, 20 total entries, complimentary 2-night hotel stay at Circa in a premium suite, must be used by September 11th, and 2 general admission passes to Stadium Swim per day come with each room booking. Please email info@circasports.com with your name, contest number, alias, what have you. info@circasports.com. If you want to book ahead of time, circalasvegas.com website as well to check it out, and the hotel team will take care of you as well. That's fantastic.
Hey, Paulie, thank you for bringing that up. That's the reason why we do this. We don't take a rake. We want people to come and visit us in July and August out here in Vegas.
It's a great time.
Yes.
There's nothing better than Stadium Swim, man, during that time. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Great job as always.
Thank you for making time.
We'll rehash the info they just provided for us and get your reaction to it all coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So there you have it. Derek Stevens, Mike Palm joined us in studio for the last half an hour, announced all of their rules, the details, the guarantees for their 3 separate football contests this upcoming season. Circa Survivor, $20 million guaranteed there, millions, $6 million guaranteed again, and then Grandissimo up from $1.5 million to $4 million this year. And last year, the pot in Survivor was $18,718,000. We had 5 winners overall. Each received $3.743 million, Paulie. And I think this number, Palm brought up a good point. Like, flights are now more expensive this summer. But
his best point was what's going on at the Westgate. That really should help Circa Millions.
So I think we're going to get, and because now you can get 10 entries in the millions as well.
Yeah.
Certainly pushing for that 6 million so there's no overlay. But I'm pretty strong on Survivor getting to 20 million people. I thought we can get there last year. We almost did.
Mm-hmm. And the conundrum you have, this is incredible. On Thanksgiving and Christmas, Rams, Packers, Bears, Eagles, Bills, Broncos play both weeks. There are 9 games. 5 Thanksgiving week with the special week and 4 on Christmas. 8 of the 9 have a point spread under 3 points.
Yep.
The largest point spread is the Rams and Packers at 3.5. That is going to be brutal. And that's where you're going to see a lot of people, I think, get taken out. That is brutal.
Give me your way too early number of entries and make it to the very end. 5 last year. More than 18,000 people were involved.
I don't think it happens.
0?
I don't think someone goes 20-0.
I also don't think that we're going to get, well, how many of those point spreads for 12A are going to remain at like 3 points or below? Rest assured, we're going to have, let me say, one significant injury. I hope we get 0, but my God, it's the NFL, and every time we get to like week 6, we're like, can you believe how many quarterbacks are out again?
Well, to what Derek said, too. So you got week 12A with Thanksgiving. 12B, you have the Bengals laying 6.5 against the Saints. The Bengals take out more people every year than any team. Not to mention that the Saints could win that game anyways. And then week 17, there's only one big favorite, more than 5.5. That's the Bills 7.5 against the Dolphins. And they got us last year, and they got several people when they lost at home to Miami. That was a bad loss.
Did you mention week 7 already?
I did not, no.
Only 2 big favorites. Both are on the road. Broncos at the Cardinals, Rams at the Raiders. The biggest home favorite, Texans 5.5 against the Giants. And the Giants might be much improved this year.
Yes, I think the Raiders will be improved. But the question is, there were a lot of bad teams last year. Do we have that this year? Is Arizona and Miami going to be so bad?
The Jets, maybe?
I would think they could be average. And be competitive. But I see your point. But still, I would say Arizona and Miami, they could be the 2 worst teams, and maybe you're going against them every week.
On X, you can always tweet the show, VSiN Live at Mitch Moss Radio at Pauly Howard. Martin appreciated the reference to Freakonomics, the book. Outstanding book if you've never read it before. Eye-opening. And that was what I was saying about, like, there's one way to guarantee that people are not going to get the no pick in or forget to get their pick in. That's going to be, they're going to get fined $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And that there's going to be a reminder like 4 hours before the deadline or a day before the deadline, hey, remember 2 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow or 4 o'clock, whatever it is, if you don't get the pick in, we're going to take $1,000 out of your bank account. Oh, damn, I better. Remember that? I signed up on June 3rd. Forgot about it.
I don't know how you forget.
I
don't know. Whether you got on a heater at the blackjack table, you signed up, you had to go up in person to sign up, and the NFL season starts. The best was the guy was sitting in the book, and he's sitting there waiting, and he just, I forgot to put my picks in week 1.
Yeah.
And the guy was actually in the sports book here, getting ready for the games on Sunday.
Well, rest assured, it will happen several times over, and every single time it does, we're going to be just blown away by it. That's actually a fun prop for like entertainment purposes. What's the final week of the year?
Right, that's excellent.
Where we're going to get a no pick?
Yes,
because it will happen like week 8 and week 9.
Yep. Another great point from Derek is you must get. I don't care even if you're a local, get a proxy because stuff happens. You never know. The L.A. Jones thing, that incredible story, enters the pick on wrong. On accident, it works out his way. What happened on Thanksgiving with Detroit and Green Bay. But the local, a couple of years ago, the guy was deep in the contest. The guy was a dealer at the Win, and he overslept.
Yep.
I think he worked the night shift, and alarm didn't go off, and there you go. SOL.
Now, the million contest, obviously, it's a lot of fun to get into. 5 picks a week. It's very challenging. Not only is it just tough enough to pick winners against the spread in the NFL, then now you have all the bye weeks at the same time, and then you have short weeks, standalone games. By the way, how is that going to change millions now? More standalone games, and you can't pick. If you want the Wednesday game, you have to have all your picks in by kickoff Wednesday night. Like you can't put in that game by itself and then put in 4 games on Sunday.
Is there any way around that?
That would have
the
to be
DraftKings contest. You can do that.
That's, I think, because of their technology.
Yes.
If I'm speaking out of turn, I apologize with that. But here's another example. The week 3 quarterly winner last week was 17-1-2. Week 4 was 21-4. Also week 2, the week 1 quarterly winner, there was a 4-way tie at 17-3. So you need to be in the 18-2 range, basically around that number in a 4-week stretch if you want to win it. It's tough. Very difficult to do. Best million records ever, Derbify and Mad Rush in 63 and 27. Unbelievable seasons by those two guys.
Yes, absolutely.
And the question again, like how many people are going to do you can do the opening game on Wednesday night in Survivor, and that would be the Seahawks. They're laying 5.5 here at Circa. Okay.
It'll be a popular pick.
Yeah.
If people expect a repeat of the Super Bowl.
And then you could buy 10, put them all on the Seahawks. If they lose that game, you can come in and buy 10 more, you would think, right? And put them all on the Rams if you wanted to. And if you lost that game, come in and do 10 more for Sunday.
Okay.
And then you're stuck 20,000 to begin the year.
So what's your prediction with Grandissimo, especially if he reaches out to Dana White early, and then Dana White gets this game of telephone going and telling all his friends?
Oh, we will. If I told you right now that my absolutely bottom line is 100 people, you going to scoff at that?
No.
Okay.
No way. There was a couple stories last year where the guy had no idea, heard about it. He flew in from Utah, signed up, and left.
Yep.
How many times that happened in Grandissimo?
I think that gentleman was in Salt Lake City from Miami and saw it in a magazine. He's like, what's this? Okay, I better go to Las Vegas. Caught a flight to Las Vegas, signed up, and went back.
How many split? Was it 9?
5 in Survivor.
No, Grandissimo was?
Oh, no. Grandissimo was 6. Six winners.
Right,
all
okay.
eliminated 13A, Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, okay, yes. So between that, the poker community, the social media influencers, all that as well, I think, with that happening, and everyone had a great time.
Yeah.
And even the Dream Team, all those guys join in as well.
Well, here's what we were...
I think I'd go over 100.
Here's what we were stunned by last year. Again, 69 people got into it.
Because
if you remember...
Shocking.
If you remember 2024, there was so much chaos at the beginning, it died off after that, after the first 6 weeks, whatever it was, that we just assumed that Grandissimo was going to go until maybe the middle of October. Halloween was going to be it. And it went all the way to Thanksgiving week. We didn't see that. Nobody saw that one coming. Nobody guessed that it was going to take place. And that was also, the exact opposite happened in 2025 in regular Survivor as the previous year, because so many people were eliminated in the first 3 weeks. Last year, not so much. Still had a little bit shy of 1,000 people on Thanksgiving week, and then everybody got whacked because all the upsets happened.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how many, and then people can join in also with the tough experience or the bad beat, where I was knocked out on a DeMarcado fumble, dropping a ball at the 1 yard line.
Does that make
in
you
the Arizona-Tennessee game?
Yeah,
It's
losing and how many entries did you have on them?
More than 3, I think. Well, in the preview, and I had some on the Rams on the Thursday night game.
Yeah, against the
Williams
Niners. I'd 5.
fumbled at the 1 yard line.
I had 5 on the Rams that night.
Yeah, killer to lose like that.
Does that make
They're like
you,
$9 in play? They lose the game.
Does that make you want to sign up immediately again, or does it make you just bitter to the point where you're like, I can't do this again?
Yeah, I don't be gloomy Gus, but that pisses you off.
It does.
You got a professional dropping the ball on purpose at the 1 yard line. Never scored a touchdown in his life.
You know what I tell myself every time I lose like that? I tell myself that's not going to happen again. Yes. And rest assured, the next year I get whacked on 8 entries the same exact way.
Yeah. Colts, Rams.
Yeah.
What Mitchell did. I know. How does this keep happening?
Yeah. I thought this was the year that blowing a 21-point lead wasn't going to get me.
That too, right.
Sure.
Danny Dimes in London.
We'll grab a slice inside our pizzeria coming up next. Some really fun bombs from the audience. And by the way, this is a good question. What's the definition of pizza money? We'll kick that around coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This Memorial Day, shop one of Avocado's biggest mattress sales of the year and fall in love with sleep again. At Avocado, better sleep starts with better materials. Our certified organic mattresses are crafted without compromise, using high-quality organic materials that bring comfort and support into perfect balance. No polyurethane foams, no shortcuts, just a cleaner, more natural sleep experience that your body will appreciate night after night. So you fall asleep more easily, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling refreshed and ready for the day ahead. That's sleep with purpose. This Memorial Day, discover what it means to truly sleep well. Upgrade and save up to 20% on our award-winning mattresses. Shop the Memorial Day sale now and get up to 20% off at avocadomattress.com or select retailers nationwide. Visit avocadomattress.com. That's avocadomattress.com.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Hungry for a winner? Sometimes all you need is a slice.
You make this pizza?
We swap pepperoni for parlays and give you alternate lines instead of anchovies.
I'm telling you, this pizza idea is really gonna happen.
From our kitchen to your wallet, sweat with us and throw some pizza money on it.
Double meatball, pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions, extra mozzarella.
Welcome to Mitch and Pauly's Pizzeria.
Beautiful. Love it. It's your segment every Tuesday at this time. Send them in, ftm@vsin.com, or tweet at us as well at VSiN Live, or at Pauly Howard at Mitch Moss Radio. I told you, Eric in Jersey, your leader in the clubhouse. Vrabel, Coach of the Year, obviously a winner. Indiana college football title. To close it out, 320-1, Knicks to win the East. Oh, mama. And he's a good-sized favorite as well. He's got home court. He's hot. They've won 7 in a row. They're blowing teams out. What a spot to be in.
Well, I mean, so many ways to hedge and make a profit here.
Yeah.
You could try to win both bets by taking the Cavaliers plus 2.5 games. You could take 1.5 games. You could obviously win, just bet them. There you go. Lock in a profit, bet them to win outright.
Yep.
It's up to you.
Yep. That's a great job. Nick in Las Vegas. Thunder to repeat. Avalanche win the Cup. Dodgers World Series. Spain World Cup. 192-1.
You got $200 on that to pay more than $38,000.
Wow, yes. That's a very popular. JT in Florida. He bet this in November when Gino was playing for the LPGA Championship in Florida. She won. Notre Dame, no playoffs. Avs win the West, 330-1. That takes the lead a little bit over Eric in Jersey.
Wow.
A higher payout, and he is but the same favorite, same series price with the Avs. Jason, Indiana college football. Avs win the West. Knicks win the East. Ego wins the French Open. 128-1. That is awesome.
Let me see what.
Good job.
What is she right now to win the French? Luke probably knows that answer. Around plus 250 right now to win the French. Okay.
That's great. Mark, Spooky Express in Florida. Loves the Ultimate X, but also close to cashing a big future ticket. It's an easy one. It's Michigan and the Spurs to win the West. Michigan in college hoops winner. Spurs with the big win last night. Now a pick 'em or $1.20. Even money here at Circa. 54-1. All riding on the Spurs now. Go get them Spooky Express.
That was a bet when Michigan was down to 4-1, and the Spurs were still 10-1 to win the West. That was probably right after Michigan was on that heater, and the Spurs were beating Oklahoma City.
Yeah. When people decided to jump in, absolutely. This is good. Chris. Indiana college football title winner, Seahawks Super Bowl winner, Michigan college basketball winner, Thunder, 280-1. I'm from Indiana. I placed this the day of the selection show, college football. On that day, I also made a large bet on Miami to make the playoff, thanks to Follow the Money and Chris Felica on the tip to get the Hurricanes in.
And so that's Oklahoma City.
Look at that. Set $25 to win $7,000.
They got to win the whole thing, not just the West.
Yes. Win the, got to repeat. 280-1. That's great. Kyle in Nashville. May 1st, DraftKings. Knicks win the East. Hurricanes win the East. France makes the World Cup final. Braves win the National League. 205-1. Oh, that's excellent.
He's cooking there, man.
He is. Braves are for real. No doubt about it. Nick, this is a big boy here. This pays over $200,000. Before the season, DeGrom, Cy Young, Mizorowski, Cy Young, Murakami, Rookie of the Year. Almost 500-1. Look at what's the cash out?
No, almost 5,000-1.
Oh, man. Yeah, what did I say?
500.
Yeah, 5,000. Thank you.
That's $50 to win more than $240,000.
There it is. $245,000.
That's because the Miz was 30-1.
Oh, he goes again tonight, getting juicy. Can he keep this up?
Here's the deal, too. The NL Cy Young is going to be, what a race that is.
Right.
But in the American League Cy Young race, he's got a ton of things going his way.
Mm-hmm.
Fried hurt and also knocked around quite a bit.
Yeah.
You have Crochet hurt, Skubal hurt, obviously. So in front of DeGrom on the odds board is Schlittler, the rightful short shot, and also Cease, and that's it. DeGrom's number 3 right now.
Yeah. So this is magical. Chris, $25 to win $7,000. And Nick to win $245,000. Andrew LaRocca on X, he took your advice, so if he listened to the podcast, a lot of people have had this. Thunder Spurs, Western Conference Finals matchup, 22-1. Winner, cash it, well done.
There you go.
Beautiful. Piece of cake. FTM@vsin.com or tweet at us as well every Tuesday at this time. Excellent. One more, Eric in Virginia, a late ad. He has the Golden Knights to win the Cup, the Spurs to win the NBA title, and Texas to win a College World Series.
954-1.
All right. Knights 12, Spurs 6, Texas almost 10. Good job.
Okay, let me ask you
Texas
this, Pauly.
very popular with College World Series.
For sure.
Yeah.
What is your definition of pizza money?
Well, the prices keep going up.
Of course.
Damn. Unless you get the Mama's Family Special. I would say...
If you have a pizza delivered to your house right now and all the fees are factored in, you're talking about $40.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
So I made a comment yesterday on the show. I had Cam Smith for pizza money at 350-1. It was a $50 bet. That was it. And I've had so many people tell me...
Well, you're going to get more than pizza, though. Usually you get pizza, you're going to get...
you might get some wings.
Yeah, wings, chicken fingers, whatever, yeah.
Garlic
bread.
Yeah, you won't believe how many people have said, Mitch, take it easy. $50 is not pizza money. I'm like, is that too short? Or too much? What do you mean?
No, that's accurate.
That's what I would think, right?
That's accurate.
So, no, people have
50.
said it's cheaper than that. $5, $10, maybe $20. I don't know what kind of pizza you're getting nowadays.
That's Little Caesars. No, that's slice. That's slice, yeah.
Slice, maybe.
Come on.
But then, so that's...
A large pie from all these places, you're in 25 easy.
This is from Mike Montesado listening to this whole idea. He thinks pizza money is at least a medium to large cheese pizza. But then again, $20 may be a large bet for some, and pizza may be a slice or two. That's it.
Yeah, all right.
To me, it's not a slice and a soda. It's you're getting a full pizza, maybe two. Yeah. You might get some wings.
Yeah.
And like $50 absolutely qualifies for being pizza money. And so I told someone else today, I'm like, I got to come up with categories then. So maybe beer money. Oh my God, then what are you going to go out on the town? Because beer money now is going to be $12 a pop at some places. Or are you just going to drink one beer? Jimmy Vaccaro used to say ham sandwich.
I'm trying to think of all the advertisements you watch when I'm watching sports. Even like Papa John's, you're running $12.99, $15.99 specials.
Oh, then get it delivered again, like I said.
Yeah.
With the fees and the Uber Eats and DoorDash, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're sitting at $25 all of a sudden.
But you're just probably not stopping at that, though, too. There'll be a side with breadsticks or whatever, soda, whatever it's going to be, yes.
So I guess maybe we need to come up with different levels then, huh? The beer money situation, pizza money. By the way, like...
I don't know. You could do fast food money. I don't know. You could do that.
Yeah.
Go to Chick-fil-A.
So, like, if Lorraine and I go out to a decent restaurant on a Friday night, what do you think the bill's going to come to? You can't get out. I mean, if you have like one drink each, you're getting to $150 without even trying. $200 without even like, wait, what? Really?
I did Mexican the other night. I got the fajitas. I said, give me the chicken, the beef, and the shrimp. That was $30. There was hardly any meat.
I was going to say 35.
Yeah, and then if the gal gets a margarita, of course, there's $9. And then you want the guac with the chips. It's like, what the hell just happened? Put your hands up. You got robbed.
Yeah, of course.
I went Mexican. I'm in $70 before the tip. How'd that happen?
Of course.
I'm not even full.
Yeah.
Give me some meat. Give me more shrimp. Come on.
I'm
want to be full at least.
Yeah. You go anywhere, decent, sit down. And if alcohol is included, forget about it. You can run it out. I mean, it could be $300 before you even blink.
Yeah.
But even without, you throw an appetizer in there, you get whatever you want for the entrees. And all of a sudden, like, yeah, okay, that was pretty easy to get to that number yet again.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good job. Yeah. That's excellent. A couple guys are right there cashing big tickets. And certainly it's easy to maneuver. Nice to maneuver when you're a 260 favorite. Like some of these guys with Colorado and the Knicks.
No doubt.
That's or with the Spurs now, with Spooky Express. Now that's essentially pick 'em. Put your feet up. Beautiful.
Oh, I mean,
damn.
Sure.
A lot of people said they got to prove it to me, but a lot of people jumped on and said they can do this. But I didn't expect this jump from 34 wins to maybe the NBA Finals.
Well, here's what we forget. Dylan Harper was the second pick.
That was big, I know.
Last year in the draft.
Everyone talks about Flag, but the Spurs moved up too.
Yes, big time.
The Spurs jumped up and surprised and walked into that as well.
You know who else is on the board? Edgecombe went third, and Con Knippel went fourth. So any way they slice it, they're going to hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Eastern Conference next. We'll go to New York. Brian Mahoney on the program to talk Game 1 of the series here on Follow the Money.